We are live from North Carolina. Hey, everybody. We are in major storm prep mode. Can you hear me really well? Okay. Well, I just want to update you on what's happening here. We are about 2.5 hours away from the beach, but we are forecasted to get 10 to 20 inches of rain with high winds and probably tornado watch. We have never been in a storm this bad before, but we have been in a few that were pretty bad. So we're a little nervous about this one. We did go out tonight and pick up prescriptions, and Walmart was a zoo. There was no bread, no milk, absolutely not one bottle of water. I did notice there was very little soda left. Potato chips were gone.
Even
Coffee
had my beer gone.
Yeah, no beer, no coffee, no canned goods. It was absolute chaos. The lines were crazy. But we did manage to get propane. We got 2 tanks filled of propane, so at least we can cook if we lose power, and I'm assuming we will definitely be losing power. So we thought we're going to paint tonight. We're not going to worry about anything because it's not going to be here till Wednesday night, Thursday. We have a lot of prepping to do as far as the yard, and I'm probably going to have to move my studio to one side of the garage so Alan can bring the car in. But we're not going to worry about it tonight. We are just going to paint tonight.
Yes, Kim said it very well. Hope all on the East Coast are safe.
I'll tell you what, if you live anywhere near Wilmington or even the Outer Banks, please, please, please leave. They haven't had a storm this bad since Hazel and Fran. Those were the real bad ones. The storm surges themselves can knock out the first floor of a building, and I mean completely gut it. So take heed, pack your bags. If you need a place to stay, contact me. I can blow up an air mattress. You can stay with us. We're going to have tons of rain, but at least we're not going to have the storm surge.
We're inland enough that it's not going to affect us. I mean, other than the rain and winds. So
possible tornadoes, yeah. But we're not going to worry about that. The last I heard, it was at 140 miles per hour. If it goes up to 150, that's a Cat 5. And Cat 5 is nothing to mess with. Cat 3 is nothing to mess with. So right now it's a Cat 4. It's going to hit those warmer waters. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. So I wanted to show you this painting I finally finished resining. She's absolutely gorgeous. Our photography studio came the other day, so my son is going to start taking professional pictures of my paintings, and we will be putting those up on Etsy. So I'm going to move that aside. I also did a resin coat on this one. This is a very popular video on YouTube for us. I think it has 256,000 views. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the iridescent in there, but it's so pretty. So that one, I'm not sure if we're going to list that one or not because of the view count, but I was very happy with the way it came out.
Pam, you're not late.
No, we haven't done anything yet, but talk about this storm because I'm scared. This one makes me nervous. Okay. Let's see what I want to paint.
Hello, Shelley. Welcome, everyone. Another Monday night in dark and dreary North Carolina.
Yeah, it is dark, and it's the calm before the storm. So this is a 12 by 24, and I'm going to do flip cups on this one. I probably should get an apron on.
Shelley Anderson says she's in the Triad. She's not that far from us.
No, so we're just going to get lots of flooding, that's all.
Yeah.
Everything's going to get flooded. And if it stalls out, like they say they think it's going to, oh boy.
Dad Campanella says, I love the Christina and Ellen show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, yeah. Okay. Oh, we have a puppy yipping at us. Okay, so I'm going to do 8 flip cups on here, small ones. I have been talking with Sandra Lett as well because she lives in Fayetteville. And the last time that Lumberton got flooded, they did have water in their yard. So I was chit-chatting with her yesterday and today. Make sure everybody's got a safe place to be. I'm not saying that we're going to be a safe place, but it sure is better than being on the coast. But the eye is expected to come through here. I believe they said Friday morning. So with that, the rush before it is usually wind and rain, and the rush behind it is usually the tornadoes. So we're just going to keep our fingers crossed and get everything out of the yard so nothing hits the house. And all my paintings are going to get boxed up and brought up off the floor.
Susie wants to know, why is it so dark?
What?
Because I told her it was dark and dreary.
It is dark here. Yes, because it's 9 o'clock.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That it is. Okay, so
Kendra says something might be off with the white balance.
I don't remember who it was that told me pencil erasers fit on these bottles. And I didn't quite understand it when she said it. So we were at Dollar Tree picking up foam board, and I bought these pencil erasers, and I'll be darned, they fit. So we're going to slowly replace all those nails with erasers.
Shelley says the lighting isn't very bright and it's got a blue tint.
Looks good on my end. Kendra said the screen is blue. You know why? Because we were messing with the settings the other day. Is it really bad, or is it just... slight blue?
She's got a good idea. The cap's off the caulking tubes.
Is it bearable to watch it? Because I don't know if I could change the settings while we're filming.
Sky blue.
Okay. I can see it now on the screen. It does look a little blue, doesn't it, Elle?
It's probably because of the color you're going to use.
The what?
The color you're going to
I'm not using blue. Alan and his great ideas. Yeah, we went in. We were trying to fix that pulsating thing. We went in and made some adjustments with the webcam because we finally figured out we had to download the driver.
Not as bright as usual.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. No, we didn't change light bulbs. We played with the adjustments on the webcam, and that's probably what caused it. And because we're using the laptop right now to film, we probably can't fix that right now.
Hello, Darnell.
Hey, Darnell. So did everybody get their paintings from the auction?
Linda says yes. Shelly Anderson says not me. Darnell got hers. Allie got hers.
Good.
Kendra just got hers today. Laura got hers.
Good. All right. So, what colors should we use tonight?
Tanya says not yet, but it's the Canada.
Yeah, Tanya, it'll probably be another week, yeah, if at the most, though. At least it beat the storm.
We got somebody that's from Europe. Okay, questions. If you have any questions, please
Put them in caps.
Put them in caps.
Yep.
Just to differentiate between questions and comments.
If we miss one, maybe one of the mods will catch it for you.
Okay, I saw a couple of questions here. Elizabeth wants to know, do you use different consistencies for different techniques?
No, just the base coat is usually thinner.
And Kathy Carr wants to know, do you put Elmer's in your white base?
No.
And in the black?
No. In the black that I pour with, yes. But when I pour it on the canvas, that paint, the base paint, no. It's just 1 cup of paint, 2 cups of Floetrol, and about 2/3 cup of water. All depends what kind of paint you're using, too. And guys, if you're definitely going to be using base paint, stay away from the craft stuff because I'm telling you, it'll crack.
Okay, hope that answers your question, Kathy.
Purple.
Hello, Stephanie. Welcome. A couple people are calling for fall colors. And Laura is asking, would you recommend Elmer's with the Floetrol?
Yes. Oh, for the base paint, no. For painting, yes.
Okay. Trina, my brother's fine.
Oh, we were goofing
Thank you
around
for
with
asking.
him because the only safe room we have in our house is our laundry room. And the floor space in there is about 3 feet by 4 feet. And Alan's brother is in a wheelchair. So I said, well, I don't know what we're going to do with you, TJ, because we have nowhere to put you if we have a tornado warning. So I said, I'll just tie some rope to you and tie you down. So tonight when we were leaving to go to Walmart, he's like, hey, and he can't talk. So he's doing the whole charade thing and going like this. And then he's going like this. And I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, ew. And then he's crisscrossing on his body. And I'm like, what do you want? And then he said, we figured out he wanted rope. And I said, oh, to tie you down with. It was funny.
Kim's got a question. What is that pretty gold you like to use from Craft Smart?
It's just Craft Smart Gold. And I am going to put some of that in there.
Okay, and Joshua wants to know how much base paint.
How much base paint? What?
I think he's just saying how much base paint do you put down on your canvas?
It all depends how big your canvas is. I would say probably 1 cup per square foot.
Okay, and Lydia's she says she thinks she missed it. What do you put in the base paint?
1 cup of paint, 2 cups of Floetrol, 2/3 cup of water. And that varies. All depends what types of paints you're using. The thicker your white and your black are, you're going to be using more water.
Okay. Laura wants to know, what is the brightest glittery color?
I would say Splendid Gold is probably the brightest.
Let's see. Another question. Robin, want to welcome you. She said this is her first live pour from Santa Clarita, California.
I'm going to
Glad you
put
could join
some Prussian blue in there, the iridescent one that I make.
Joshua, did you use Elmer's glue a long time ago before you used crafts?
Before I used what?
Crafts.
Oh, Elmer's glue, yes. When I used to glue macaroni on a half-a-gallon carton and make wishing wells in school, yeah.
Somebody suggested a zebra.
I need a turquoise, I think.
Would you do a zebra painting? Shelley likes that idea. Mary W wants to know what is the benefits between a heat gun versus a torch?
There's really no difference. The heat gun, I used a heat gun when I first started because I didn't have a torch. And the cells do look different. They're a little more rounded. They're not as, I think they're deeper. They bring them up from deeper because of the heat. So you want to be really careful when you're using a heat gun so you don't burn your paint. With a torch, you're kind of doing this, you know. And with a heat gun, you're kind of making circles. So, but the cells look a little different.
Catherine Poole wants to know what brand paint do you use for a cup for the base paint?
I use Creative Inspirations. These big jugs from Jerry's Artorama.
Focus, kind of blurry.
Okay, I'm going to get started here.
Okay, Robin's got a question too. Where do you get those squeeze bottles?
I have them in my Amazon shop, and that link is below. I think I'm going to throw some darker. No, I have 2 turquoises in there now.
DJ Dixie Darlin says, could you please add the mix formula to the description? I think I mixed mine wrong.
I have tutorials on paint mixing. Just go to my playlist when you leave here and go to the tutorial section, and it starts right from supplies to finishing your painting. There's videos for each thing.
And Jerry's has that paint on sale right now, right?
No, it's ended.
It ended Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with gold.
Trudy Gilson wants to know, what about the White House paint for base?
That's a 50-50 mix. Paint and Floetrol, and then you add water to consistency.
And Robin, just to answer your question, where are you located? We're about an hour north of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Well, 20 miles.
Yeah, traffic.
Traffic is an hour. Yeah.
Robin says she never heard of Jerry's. It's Jerry's Artorama.
Yep, jerry'sartorama.com. So now I'm adding that Prussian iridescent blue that I mix. This is not one you can buy like this.
Yes, Ellen says, do you ever do 2 color pours?
I have done black and white, and I did purple and silver, I think it was. So I think I'm going to put some Naples yellow on top of that.
Gwen, she says she just loves your work. She's closer to the coast in Kinston, but nothing left in the stores. We know that.
Yep, we saw that tonight. Yep.
Oh, we got plenty of milk and bread. We're good.
Yeah, we got milk and bread. We did that this weekend. Let's see. I think I'll put some turquoise on top of that.
Blaze Holmes wants to know, do you have a black and white pour video?
There is one where I did a black and white, mostly black, and then a black and white, mostly white, and they're in one video. I don't remember what number it is.
Lydia says, I use craft paints most of the time. And she says, is it a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio, Elmer's glue, Floetrol, and paint?
Yeah, it's about 1-to-1-to-1 because the craft paint is much thinner.
Okay, and Kathy Poole wants to know, is that Maples or Naples Yellow?
Naples, Naples. And this one is from Artist Loft. I love the shade of that Naples Yellow. Sometimes you'll get them, they're a little darker.
Kathy says, same thing in Sanford, North Carolina. No water.
Yep. So we bought plastic jugs, so we're going to be filling those. And tomorrow starts the old ice production. We'll be making tray upon tray upon tray of ice cubes to pack the freezer so you can't fit anything else in there to keep everything cold.
Paula says, with that kind of wind, you wouldn't need a leaf blower.
No.
That might be my next video.
There you go. Well, I don't know. With the rain, though, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, some people ask if we add water. It'll be up to Mother Nature.
Yeah. Your canvas will get rinsed off in like 2 seconds flat.
Actually, I have two 55-gallon drums that I use for my garden, and those are both full, so I'm good for water for flushing. Not a problem. Thanks, Liz.
We don't have to worry about that. We don't have a pump, so unless something happens with the county water and we can't get water, we'll see what happens. I'm sorry.
Ellen says mandatory evacuation in South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah. No one knows exactly where this track of the storm is going to go.
If they tell you to leave, leave. There's nothing more important than your life. Those things can be replaced. Take your important documents and your photo albums with you and get the heck out of there. It's just not important.
Okay. Stacy Richards wants to know, have you done a geode painting?
I have not done a geode. Okay. So I'm going to start flipping cups.
Yes, don't forget your pets, Shelly.
Well, the whole reason we went to get water was so the dogs had water. Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Varnishing says, we don't have storms like that here. It's only 102 in South Carolina or Southern Cal. No, but you have firestorms.
And earthquakes. I don't know about Southern Cal. Do they get earthquakes there?
Melissa, good deal. She said she bought 1.8 liter bottles of creative inspiration today on sale for $14.99 from Jerry's.
Yeah, if you would have got them 2 days ago, they were $12.21. But that's a good deal too, though. I stocked up. I got another load coming tomorrow. I bought more birch boards. Okay. Which cup is the ball under, Alan?
Nancy, I agree. Especially living on the coast of North Carolina.
What's up?
She says they live right on the coast.
And they're leaving, right?
She didn't say. Pina colada, a bowl of cashews, and watching Chris pour. Life is good.
I could go for a pina colada. I'm not a drinker. I'm a social drinker. I only like to be a, what do they call them? Woo girl when you're drinking. High school reunions, you know. I go home to visit the fam. I have a couple of beers with my brother, but I'm not really a drinker. Not after my peach schnapps episode. I'm kind of liking these colors. Oh, you know what? I gotta get my fart. All right, so I did an experiment, and this one probably needs to be filled. I tried taking the Liquitex varnish.
No details. She wants details on your peach schnapps.
Oh, that was my 25th birthday, and that was a long time ago.
That's all you need to say.
Let's just say I didn't eat anything for 3 days. My brother would love to tell you the story. Never drink with my brother. I learned that lesson.
I'll vouch for that.
So anyways, I took Liquitex varnish and I poured it on the canvas, kind of like this, but not as thick. And I tilted it around and I left it to dry overnight. Don't do it. I had crackle. I can fix it with 2 more coats of varnish on it. The crackle will be fixed, but it didn't work for me.
Yep. Happy birthday, Lay. Tomorrow's her 51st birthday.
Whose?
Lay's home. The ID. Katie says, still to this day, I can't smell schnapps. Peach schnapps.
I can't eat peaches. I can't eat peach cobbler.
You want to tell them the colors a little more? Somebody said it's hard to tell the colors.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Lucas turquoise, Lucas Permanent Violet, Craftsmart Gold, Artist Loft Naples Yellow, Folk Art Metallic Turquoise, and Grumbacher Prussian Blue mixed with Artist Loft Iridescent Medium.
And so she doesn't even remember what 51 was. She says she's 71. Okay, Avalon's got a good question. How did you get started in pours?
A friend of mine was doing it, and I took her over a box of gloves because she didn't have any. And I started seeing what she was making, and I said, I'm going to try that. So I'm very artistic to begin with. I hand painted beads for, God, years, wasn't it? I had a very good side hustle on that. And so I started using those paints because I didn't need to paint any more beads, and started doing this. And a lot of the paintings that I sold in the auctions were done with those paints and a heat gun. So they were like my early works. But I've got one hanging here. Let me finish torching this and I'll show you.
Let's see. Katrina says the video looks blue on her end. Katrina, you're not the only one. We've had other people, and she is using blue paints too, but that's not the impact. We made some adjustments on the camera, and obviously we went a little too far. We will look at that.
I don't remember what we changed. Do you? I didn't do it. Ellen did it.
No, we're working more with the speaker volumes, but it was video related too. Nina's got a question. Can I use Liquitex varnish if I use a foam brush?
Yes, you can, but you're going to get some bubbles. So don't over move it. Just apply it. I like a good varnish brush. So when you're going one way, and don't be skimpy on putting it on because it dries really fast while you're brushing it. So you put it on one way, and then you immediately just lightly drag your brush across the opposite way to remove your brush marks.
Kathy Carr says, looks like you may be bumping into paint running off the paper. Well,
I took the leveler off, and because we were resining a lot this weekend.
One thing though, Kathy, is she is actually in a her base is actually a washing machine tray.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
So it's not going to go anyplace. Okay, and Tina Pate wants you to show your varnish brush.
I will.
Lydia Jackson says, I have Minwax varnish. What's the best tool to use? I've been using a foam brush.
A good varnish brush is the best. Let's see, where did I put those? Easy. Anything they're worth making a tile out of?
Yeah.
You want to make a couple?
No.
No. Okay.
Let's see a man eating fish.
A man eating fish? Where are those? I can't find them. Huh. I had them out at one time, but you can pick these up at Michael's. These work great for varnishing. They're flat brushes, and they're very soft. That's the one thing you want is a soft bristle, so you don't leave the brush marks. And then on artistclub.com, they have a big one. It's about a 4-inch wide brush that you can use for varnishing as well. It's a little harder to clean, though. Let me see if I can pull a couple out of here.
Joshua says, do you have frame for paint?
Frames for paintings, to frame paintings. I better put some gloves on. I'm going to paint all over my hands.
Vicki Johnson says, "Love it, Bean."
That's Vicky. That's my Beaky girl. My Yicky. I hope she's ready because she's going to get lots of water there too.
Terry Alexander says, "Christina, I did my first pour on canvas yesterday. First 2 tries were disasters, so I closed my eyes and pretending you were standing next to me, and voila, it worked. Thank you for the lessons." Robin Shane wants to know, why do you use varnish?
You want to seal your painting with something because over the years, the dirt and dust and everything will affect the paint on your canvas. We've been doing a lot of resining. Some people don't like resin on their paintings. They want them varnished. You can spray varnish. If you don't want to use the brush, get some spray varnish. It's a little more expensive, but it's a lot less hassle. But either way, you still have to clean that silicone off.
Deborah said she used Varathane polyurethane this weekend and experienced crazing.
Yes, you don't want to use polyurethane. You want to use polyacrylic. Polyurethane has an oil in it. You see how cute these come out? Ellen likes when I have these laying around because I'll say, "Oh, take so-and-so a tile."
Deb says, "Have you tried Minwax?"
I do. I used to use Minwax all the time. That's all we ever used in the beginning.
Nina says it wants to know, are those 4-inch tiles?
Yep.
Yes, Nina.
Home Depot.
Home Depot, 11 cents a piece for a case of $111 and I think 20 cents.
No, they're just 11. They save you the extra. Ooh.
Laura wants to know, will the resin turn yellow over time?
All depends what kind of resin you're using. Envirotex Light, yes. Promarine, yes. There was a girl on Facebook that did a test. I think it was 6 different resins. And every one of them turned yellow except for Stone Coat and some other resin that I never heard of.
Let's see. Well, it's just, she's used spray varnish, works fine. She says, I don't think the art resin does turn yellow. Robin's got a good point. Resin won't yellow if you get the good stuff.
That's right. Stone Coat will not yellow. I've seen the pictures, so.
And Shelly says someone was telling her did not have to remove silicone before sealing.
No, you have to, or you're gonna, it'll separate around it because your silicone is an oil.
Let's see. Tina Payton wants to know, what do you seal your tiles with?
I use Stone Coat Countertops epoxy.
Robin, you're right. Stone Coat's countertop resin doesn't yellow. That's one of the reasons that.
And it's heat resistant to 475 degrees. So if you're putting hot coffee cups on here, they're not going to stick. They will stick with art resin because art resin is 125 degrees.
BSA says, how do you remove the silicone before varnishing?
Yeah, I have videos out there on that. How to clean your paintings. It's in the playlist in the tutorial section.
Katie Cummings just giving you a compliment, says, have to say you're amazing. Your videos are so helpful and inspirational.
Thank you. These are so cute. I love these colors.
Maria says she's used gloss medium and has a nice shine to her pores.
Yep, you can do that too. And I believe Creative Inspiration sells it. Ooh, almost dropped one. And I'm going to try that. I bought a jug. This one's really pretty right here. I had to pull that.
Kathy wants to know, can you do a tile corner to corner?
I don't understand what that means, corner to corner.
Diagonally.
Oh, this way to this way? can do one. I still want to do some with string pulls on them.
Stephanie wants to know, how do you remove resin from a surface?
I don't think you can remove it. You can sand it down and recoat it, but I don't think you can remove it.
Robin says, I'm not subscribed to you until now.
Well,
You just showed up. Okay, you're going to try corner to corner?
Yes. I'm going to find a good spot here. There's some pretty stuff right here.
Yeah, kitty corner, edge to edge.
I'm going to lose a little bit of paint there on that one, though. See, that's the problem, though, when you're going corner to corner. And I'm going to pull that off there.
And Gerald wants to know, can you do a straight wipe and wiggle at the end? Wipe and wiggle.
You don't know what you want to know. It just ran through my head when he said that.
Okay, BSA wants to know, what size bed pads do you use?
These are 30 by 36. When we go buy TJ's supplies, I buy my supplies.
Robin's got, thank you, Robin. She says, if it's wet, use 91% alcohol. If it's dry, try a razor blade, but don't cut yourself.
Removing what?
The resin. If it's wet, use
If
alcohol.
If it's wet, use alcohol. Wet on a painting? No.
No, but on the tiles.
Oh, on the tiles. Gotcha. See, I'm slow. And my mind is somewhere else tonight.
Yeah. I got to step away for a minute, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I'll try to catch the questions as they come up. The largest canvas that I've done is 24 by 36. And then, of course, that 15 by 30, but that was not a full pour. We just don't have the room to do bigger ones. We do have a 3 foot by 4 foot we're just dying to get our hands on. So that's going to be probably a fall project. And if Nate comes, we may play with that while Nate's here. If you're just joining the channel, Nate Cerami and I are trying to get together on a collab. He wants to fly out here for 3 days in November. We started a GoFundMe page. Well, he started it, and I got the first donation in. So that link is going to be below. It's also on my Facebook page. If you guys want to kick in a couple of bucks, and we can get him here in November to paint with us. And I'm sure that we are going to have a blast, and whatever we paint, we are going to do a drawing for the people that have donated. Oops. Okay, let me get this cleaned up. Ellen's brother was calling him, so. He had to step away for a moment. Normally he's in bed by now, but we had a late night. That kills me. Okay. So I got an idea from Anne Marie the other day. Nate and I met here on the channel. Well, actually on Facebook, because he was sending me messages and commenting quite a bit. So now we kind of talk to each other all the time. But I'm dying to get him here because we constantly bounce ideas off of each other. And I just can't imagine. Our our art is so different. So the two of us together would make some pretty interesting things, I think. You cling to my channel, Nate. Nate's a stalker. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So the other day, if you watch Anne Marie Ritterhoff, she did a pour where she cut holes in the sides of her cups. So I thought I would try one of those tonight. If Alan makes it back here in the next few minutes, maybe he'll want to try that one. But I did 2 different cups. So I don't want to do a big canvas because we don't want to waste paint. It's not going to work. And Nate Cerami also has a YouTube channel. You guys want to check him out? He does some fun things on his channel. Nothing like what I do, which is awesome. The storm's not going to be here until Wednesday night, I'm assuming. Wednesday night, Thursday morning. So we're good. We're going to utilize the time that we have to paint. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, Nate. See, now I'm unedited. When I do a pour, I don't like to fuss with it too much, and you guys know that. Like that last video I had with the double dip, or the dip was 2 pours and a dip. Honey, I'm going to let you paint next with this.
I just did a bucket pour.
This isn't a bucket pour. This is the one with the holes all around the side. Oh, I just got that. Sorry. He's getting his apron on. Make sure that's not my resin one. It is. Or you'll be a little crusty. Hey, board. I'm going to let Alan do the next pour because I can see that blue screen now. There was a way I can fix that. It will definitely be fixed by next Monday. And we should have power by next Monday. Yes, we are a little on the blue side. We were trying to make some adjustments to the webcam, and we must have hit some kind of focus button or something.
Nate said something about a night adjustment.
Oh.
Earlier.
Yeah, Nate wants me to do a pour on a pour on a pour. Yeah, I saw the one that Miriam's Nature did where she cut the little medicine cup. That was kind of neat. I did watch that. Actually, I watched that yesterday.
So what'd you do? Make me a new gadget?
No, I just poked holes in the side of a cup. So you're probably going to want to use a base coat on that one.
Trina's just pleading for orange.
So if you're going to do bright colors, use a black background. She knows you'll give her orange.
Do we want a bright orange or do we want like a...
She likes her orange.
I did an orange one a couple weeks ago.
You need to do bright colors. Stay away from that green and red, please, because Alan's pour last week dried horrible. Let me get it and I'll show you.
Vermilion.
Huh?
Vermilion.
Remember the deer in the middle of his painting? Isn't that just the ugliest thing ever? Right here. And he admits it, too, that it's not very pretty. There is no reviving this painting, so we're going to clean it and let him do a pour over next week.
What's the best way to fix a cracked door?
A crappy pour?
A cracked.
Oh, a cracked. You can fill it in with some gold or white and just accentuate those cracks. Sometimes you get some very nice looking paintings doing that.
I'm gonna use some offset colors though.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2 pours of the same colors. On 2 separate canvases, board. Robin, it can be if your consistencies are right. If you have different consistencies, you're going to end up with some texture. I like texture in a painting. I don't like to really see the canvas.
Okay, so I've got.
Oh, the white dots, Laura, is from when we put that white base down and the paint goes over the sides, and that's the silicone just lets those white dots come out.
We got Soho's Dioxazine Violet, Soho's Cadmium Orange Deep, and Soho's Cadmium Yellow Light. I need a couple more colors.
Nate's saying color shift aqua, which is over in one of those little containers over there. No, down below, Alan, in those little containers. Yeah, that's the aqua.
A little excess paint from mixing.
You can use red as long as you don't put a green in there or a lime either, because you have that purple.
How about a metallic, a berry metallic?
No, because we haven't had good luck with that either. I'm telling you. I'm just trying to get a good pour out of him tonight.
How about Artist Loft Flow Bright Red?
You've got the aqua there. You're going to get yuck. Mary, it's keeping your paint on the thicker side so that it coats the canvas. Of course, it's going to take longer to dry. And if you're using craft paint, you run the risk of cracking. So if you're using a good paint, you could probably be able to do that.
About Premier Purple Red. It's not quite red.
That no was harsh. I'm sorry. No, Ellen.
Okay, and you said you think it should do a black background.
Yeah, that's not the base paint. That's not the base paint.
It was the base paint.
Back there behind you, the stuff I just mixed up last night. That's blue. That's Payne's gray. Sorry.
Too many colors.
The only way you can avoid the white dots is by not putting a base coat down. The purple red.
Stir it a little.
Is that what you picked there? Did you shake that?
No.
Well, you need to shake that. And please wipe the edge off this time. I couldn't even get the cover off of that last time because you didn't wipe the edge. I wouldn't tap those dots, Robin, because yeah, they will get muddled. You could probably use a skewer and apply paint on top of those, but like I said, they're silicone, so the paint may not stick to those white dots. Maybe after it's dry. I don't know.
This black base put right around the outside or covering the entire canvas?
You can't put that down. Well, Yeah, you're gonna just do the corners, the edges, not real thick. Well, Tina, if you're just doing a pour, um, if you're doing something that's light colored, you'd want to use the white. If you're doing something that's on the darker side, you could use the black to pull that paint over. You won't notice those dots with the black as much as you do with the white. You can run it right off, run that black right off. That actually is a purple, Laura, and that's orange. Robin, I would not sand a painting. I don't think it would sand because it's acrylic, first of all. There's too much polymer binder in there, so it's not going to sand like you think it would. Get that nice and thin, Ellen. Lee's home said her son's cat's name is Vermilion, so use that. That's a cute name for a cat. Is it yellow? Orange? Is it orange tabby? I actually like orange, purple, and white together. As long as they're separated, you can get a beautiful pour out of that. Is it really that blue, Nate, that it changes those colors? Ellen, you need to tell them the colors before you start.
Okay.
Yeah, Terry, you want your base coat as thin as you can get it.
Take your nails out before
Yeah, because
you.
we're going to put erasers on them when you're done.
First color is Premier Purple Red.
Can you just tell them the colors so I can answer questions? Please. Thank you very much.
I don't know which color this
That's
one is.
Aqua Flash. Mixture. So that's Folk Art Aqua Flash. And he's also going to be using
Soho's Cadmium Yellow.
Soho Cadmium Yellow. And the orange is what?
Orange is Cadmium Orange Deep, Soho.
And the purple?
Soho is Dioxazine Violet.
Okay. So there's the colors. Okay, so Tina, when I was talking about the background, use white base paint for light colors and black base paint for darker or brighter colors, because you're not going to see those when they run off the edges. But if you don't have to use a base paint, don't use it. We just use it so it flows. Easy on paint, Al. It's a very small canvas. Bye, Ellen. I'm sure she's already left because I'm back. I'm far behind.
Okay. Do a flip cup and let it pour. I'm scared of those holes.
It does. When I'm looking at the laptop now, it does look blue. All right, so you're gonna have to poke a
Poke a
hole in
hole.
that, yeah, for sure.
So right now we've got a little suction going on. Oh, there's a heartbeat.
Because he's going to tilt this, so he doesn't need to cover everything. He just wants something for that paint to flow out on, so it doesn't fold over and lose itself. Lydia, I would not pour over a canvas more than twice. You will definitely get some cracking. Even if you gesso it, because I've done that and I still got cracking. Just use it for a practice one for future pours. You can spray your canvas with water before you do a pour, but I don't. I've tried it and I don't see any difference. Let me get you. It is tilting this way, isn't it? We had this under there the other day. It was working pretty good. We need to re-level this table, I think. That should work. It's pretty interesting, Al. I wish they could see the real color. I went about every 1/4 inch and just used a puncher. So I would say he's probably got maybe 16 holes in that cup.
And of course, I didn't spray the cup again with silicone.
That's okay.
Shame on me.
If I'm missing your questions, I'm sorry. I don't understand why you'd want to lay resin. Resin is more for coating a painting after it's dry, or doing just a resin painting.
I think it's about time to take the cup off.
Oh. I've done that before, board, where I poured a dirty pour into another pour, and actually it came out kind of neat. That is from the cup, making the different layers of color come out. Can you lift it up and show a close-up, Alan? I don't know, board. That's a good question. Anybody have an answer for board's question? Any other painters out there that might know why that does that? Yeah, we use the skewers to draw the paint to the middle. Apparently Alan doesn't want to do that. They probably fall into each other, board, and that might be why the different viscosities of paint sinking to the bottom of the canvas. Good night, Josh. Thank you. See, and that's one of the reasons that I don't use all the same brand of paint, because they are made to flow together, but I want that effect of a different paint brand against another one. Hey, Sid. Terry, that's all on densities of paint. Like the white always sinks to the bottom, and that's what pushes through to create cells. So other paints do that as well. Black does that. If you're using a heavy opaque color, it likes to sink to the canvas. It's looking really cool now. He's like, don't stretch much more. Cuppy hands, Al, cuppy hands. You picked good colors, Al. That looks beautiful. I actually like that cell action you've got going in the middle there too. Splendid gold with orange would be beautiful. Yeah, you can't leave a ton of paint on the canvas because then you run the risk of it cracking. And also taking 3 or 4 days to dry. And of course, our barometer pressure is going to be a lot different here the next couple of days. Lee says it's amazing without her vermilion.
Sorry about that, Lee.
I see puppy whining somewhere.
You see what? Whining?
These paintings will make it into the Etsy shop very soon. We are going to be working on that during the hurricane. Terry, I love the Craft Smart Gold. Out of all the golds that I've used, I love the Craft Smart Gold. I can do that for you, Board.
It's pretty.
It was Folk Art Aqua Flash, Premier Purple Red, which you can get at AC Moore. Soho Cad Yellow Light, Soho Cad Orange Deep, I'll get them, and Soho Dioxazine Violet.
Trina's orange really shows up in there. Not so much on the screen.
It is very pretty. Get it out of the light so they can pull it back towards you. It's really pretty. And there was silicone in all those paints. Yes.
And I think it's time to go to the drying rack. What do you think, guys? Off to the resin or drying rack.
Yay! I know, I can't wait to see it dry. Every Sunday I ask Alan, so what are you going to paint tomorrow night? I don't know. Well, I need to know because I need to know what canvases to prep.
Got a little blue here.
Let me, what did I do with my puncher? Is it over here?
Don't see
I
it.
buy tools and I don't know where I put them.
I apologize for as long as it takes me, but I got a natural here that does it every day. It's right here.
Okay. So while you're doing that, yeah, I'm going to show them. Okay, guys, this is what I did. So I took a cup. I got one of these at Dollar Tree. just a poker. Slide your cup in, go right past that lip and hit them, and go about every quarter of an inch. And that's all I did. And that was the result that he got from my little playing around.
Little gadget.
But of course, I seen Anne Marie do it first, so I give her props for that because it was her idea. I don't know where she might have got it from somebody else too, but I always give credit to where I see it from.
Probably the most important thing is make sure your erasers, when you put them back on the bottle, are the same color
Oh
as
my
in the bottle.
gosh, look what he did. Oh, you're going to be as anal as me. Uh-oh. Oh, did they fit? Ooh, I didn't think they were going to fit on the shelf. But they do.
Shirley said, okie dokie.
You want to throw that in the bucket? Okay.
No skins?
No, it was too black. There wasn't anything there I could pull. He left all his color on the canvas. Good job.
Actually, I laughed when she said, talked about the erasers, but they do actually work very, very well.
They do, don't they? And you can shake the paint with the eraser on because it goes all the way down. So what do you guys want to see next? How about a viewer's choice?
Sarah says, I have Thursday and Friday out this week. She knows what she's doing. Vermilion.
I don't have a vermilion. I just have that orange deep.
Shelly wants a flip and drag. Fall colors. We're doing fall colors.
We could do a fall color flip and drag. Stream pulls take too long. Waterfall. Ribbon pour. Now you got to remember when you're using different colors on those reverse swipes, they don't all sink to the bottom. Anything but blue. I hear you, Laura.
Let's see you take red and white and that make pink.
Haha.
Negative. Sprainer, flip and drag.
So far, flip and drag's got it. So I'm just giving him a minute. There's another one.
Dragon flip.
What is a dragon flip? Sometimes the paintings look like dragons, right?
Yes, Nate, she did use blue.
I did use blue, Nate. Well, turquoise. And the camera shows everything blue.
Fall
That's what we
flip
get.
and drag.
That's what we get. Okay, so do you want a white or a black background?
I think you're better off with black or white.
Is it black thick?
It was pretty thick.
Black.
Ribbon. How about a stop, drop, and roll? Allie, you're going to go into timeout.
What'd she do?
She said stop, drop, and roll.
Oh. God, we're about tied between black and white.
Can you do another color other than black or white? That's a
I
good
have
question.
I have some Purple Lake mixed up, and I have some Payne's Gray.
Trini, orange. Trini, didn't you get enough orange in the last one? Copper. We haven't heard that color called out. I'm curious to see what brass would do. That's a fall color.
What is it? Background, you mean?
teal background and flip gold, red, and yellow. Payne's gray, pale yellow background.
Robin, yes, you can do that. All right, so let me see how much I have.
What do they call that?
I think I have just enough Payne's Gray to cover this.
When you take one canvas and mash it against another.
It's kind of like doing a dip.
Yeah.
But we call it a smush.
Smush.
Aqua, silver, purple, Naples, yellow.
We're getting a lot of
Ooh.
suggestions.
You can get it open. I got it. I got just enough, I think. I have to save a tiny bit in there because I got to touch up that string pull I did 2 weeks ago before I can resin it.
Shirley, hope you feel better. Have a good evening.
Good night, Shirley.
Mylene, glad you could join us. Catherine Poole wants to know, Naples yellow, is it at Jerry's?
I got that one from Michael's. Jerry's does carry one. I believe it's in the Lucas brand. Lucas Krill.
Board Brainless wants to know, or suggests burnt sienna and ochre yellow. Ochre yellow.
Yellow ochre. Okay, so this Payne's Gray pulls blue.
Also causes
This
your
has-
heartbeat.
Does it? It does have some gunmetal metallic in there to make it shiny, and that's probably what's doing it.
Carol wants, or not Carol, April wants to know, have you ever tried to do an ocean wave look?
I have not. We may have to do that, being home with this hurricane coming through, huh? We did buy a coffee table tonight to paint.
There
To
goes the
resin.
camera again.
It's the metallic. I'm telling you, it's the reflection. Am I good now?
So far.
Better get some color on there so it won't do it.
Yep.
All right, so I need bright colors, but Naples yellow is definitely going to be one of them. Okay.
Yeah, for anybody that hasn't seen it, Marcy, Mixed Media Girl, did the what was it, the coffee table.
Yeah, she was on Coat Countertops live on Tuesday. They're on every Tuesday night, guys, at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I just love watching them.
We're praying for you too, Malene. Allie, thank you.
How about a metallic turquoise color, like peacock pearl or sea mist pearl? I think sea mist would be pretty because it's lighter. I want to kind of keep it light.
Nate just suggested sea mist. And Robin says she's been doing resin and furniture and tables, and she's going for acrylics now.
Yeah. I'm going to pop these air bubbles real quick.
I didn't torch me. Well, I just slapped it.
It'll come up with cells by itself. Yeah, you are slacking now. You thought you learned everything, huh? Let's see.
Shelly, we're seeing your post.
Need one more color. If I do it oyster pearl, it's going to be too light, so it's got to be something darker.
Lady wants to know what brand is seamless pearl.
Craft Smart. All my metallics are either Craft Smart, Deco Art, Folk Art. I do have a couple of Blicks. We could do a brass.
Didn't I just tell you brass?
Yeah, but I don't want that Blick one. I want the Artist Lock Bronze, I
That's right.
think. Because that Blick one is kind of...
The 99 bottles of paint on the wall.
Shh.
You gotta get them started.
Okay. Let me get a little cup. I use a 5-ounce cup.
People are disappointed, lost out on the fall colors.
We'll do another one with fall colors. I don't disappoint, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Artist Loft Bronze. This is a metallic. Sea Mist Pearl.
I'm sorry, Shelly, I missed your question. Let me go back and see if I can find it.
And the Naples Yellow.
Actually, Shelly, ask your question again. That would be easier.
I'll make her type it again. That's
With
just
all
mean.
With all the questions and comments going across, I'll never find it.
Poking a hole relieves the pressure.
Sarah wants to know, can you use too many colors?
Yes. Well, all depends what colors you're putting next to each other.
It depends how big the canvas is.
Marcy from Mixed Media Girl did, was it 101? Or was it 100? I can't remember.
I think it was 100.
I think the most I've done was what, 20 something?
Yeah, Nate says Marcy did 101.
101.
Allie, I agree. If we could hear everybody talking at once, imagine what would be going on in your brain.
It's raining. We're getting storms before the storm. I'll let this sit for a minute. This is interesting here. I may have to drag some of that down.
This is, I missed her again.
You missed it again?
I don't see her paste. She said she copied and pasted.
Let me stretch it and see.
Okay, now I'm going to have to go through.
Get a lot of paint on that end. This is definitely an interesting combo. I'm kind of liking it. So quiet.
Oh, that's because I'm going through looking for Shelly's.
Oh, well, don't miss other questions. I have a little tiny bug that's just loving this paint tonight. Let me torch it and see what happens.
Shelly says she's posted it 10 times.
And none of us have seen it.
I wonder if it's on here.
The spam? All right, let me airbrush that out. And when you're using darker colors on a flip and drag, you really have to push that color out because it likes to get lost in the paint. So it like with black, it'll just kind of like eat your edges up and make them all filigree on the end.
Sarah's got a question. Says, can you use any color for a base color?
You can.
And
Yep.
Ellie answered yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Darnell's got it's quiet because everybody's trying to figure out what Shelly's question was.
I know. Eddie's barking because it's thundering. He's scared. He'll be out here in a minute.
Donna Miller is joining us. She says, first Monday night. Sorry she's late. Better late than never, right, Donna? Glad you could join us.
We're having a pre-hurricane party. We won't be saying that on Wednesday. Thursday. Wednesday night starts. It keeps moving as fast as it is. Eddie, come here. He's coming. I don't know why he's barking. So I have a new air conditioning unit coming tomorrow.
I see a question from Shelly. Is there something special I can spray on the back of a cheap canvas to tighten other than water?
I would say no. Because I know that Erica from Artist Till Death tried polyacrylic on the back and it did not work.
Actually, we were discussing that the other day.
Yeah, we were discussing that for resin paintings to keep it flat so when you flip it, the resin's not going to puddle. But we have to do a test on that.
So once we do
They
our
have,
test,
you know, on the back of your canvas, let me grab one. Hand me that baggie right there.
Lay, we have a rescue dog that we brought home. That's a mix.
On the back of your canvas, you have these little slots here. Some canvases come with these wood things. And I don't know if you watch Anne-Marie Ritterhoff, but she has showed this. Where you stick these in, one would go that way, one would go that way, and you tap them with a hammer, and that tightens your canvas. You could probably go to Home Depot or Lowe's and actually get some of these. They'd probably be where the shims are at. Or maybe the art stores would sell them. I don't know for sure. But that's another way to tighten your canvas.
Robin's chain suggests using modular.
I've never tried it, so I can't
Speak to that.
Yeah, I can't speak to that.
But we could always give it a try too. Terry wants to know, what was the background color again?
This was Payne's Gray mixed with a little bit of gunmetal metallic. It's going to be pretty when it's resin. The depth right through here is going to be gorgeous. Let me torch it and then I'll...
Good night, DJ. Glad you could join us. She's going to bed.
I don't see Vicky commenting, so she must have went to sleep too.
She's mad.
She's mad because you didn't acknowledge her the last time she was on here.
Allie, what did you do now? She said she deserves a timeout. She said, I thought it was purple.
She thought what was purple in the background?
Must be.
Oh. Good job. It's probably that blue lighting. All right, let me bring it up and show you guys. This is really pretty.
She says, board says, Resonance 2. Is this going on to Etsy too?
Not for about a month. See, I let my paintings dry for at least 3 days. Then they go to the curing rack. And they get finished off as time allows, which is usually 3 weeks. But they have to be there for at least 2 weeks before I'll touch them.
That was a good question, Shel.
There.
Thank you for being persistent in masking it.
You can do another one.
I can do another one?
Yeah. Did I make you do the one I have? So I'll clean up my mess and then you can do another one. Alan's going to do another one tonight. Alan, you can do fall colors.
I think we need to do a flip and drag. What do you think?
You're going to do a flip and drag?
Yeah.
You hear my giggle?
Where's that 4x5 canvas?
Never mind. Actually, I like that. I'm going to pull the skin out of there.
So I have a question.
You have a question.
I
Yes,
have a question. What is your decision-making process in the size of canvas you use?
Whatever I feel like tilting. I don't know. I just grab one. Usually it's the size of the canvas that determines what painting I'm going to make. They're pretty. Be a pretty one. Pretty necklace.
Good night, Robin. Thank you for joining us.
So is that the size canvas you're going to do that on? So
Yeah.
are you going to go corner to corner? Be easier for you for your first one. But you need to use some fall colors like red ochre and caramel and olive green.
Girls got a question. The airbrush helps so much. Is there anything you can recommend for those of us who have know nothing about airbrushes?
You can use a straw and get the same effects. But ooh, that thunder's loud. You hear it? It scares me. I'm gonna be a basket case on Thursday. But yeah, start out with a straw, and once you see the effects you can get with the straw, you may not want to get an airbrush, but the airbrush just makes it easier if you don't want to sit and blow. It's all how you hold the airbrush and what angle you tip it at to get the best results. And that's what I teach in the tutorial, is how to catch that edge.
Lay, we're not in an evacuation zone at this time.
No. This is the storm before the storm. We have Wednesday's the only day we don't have rain for the next 10 days. Night, Trina. I was telling Nate that I'm going to be texting him as long as I can. No, you want a small one? Before we lose power. So, you're not going to go any higher than your pinky, remember? Just a tablespoon of each color, but you need a base coat first.
Base coat white.
We're pretty high up on a hill. I worry about our neighbors that are down below because when the water runs off, it goes in their backyard. So if we're going to have that much rain, they're probably going to get a little flooding in their backyard.
Yeah, don't forget my pee-pee pad. Thank you, Diane.
Good one, Diane. Well, I would love to do a live during the storm if we can do it in the house because we have to push everything to one side in the studio so Alan can bring the car in. If we weren't going to have high winds and hail and everything, I'd leave the car outside, but I don't want to damage the car. I'm so worried about the people on the coast. That just bothers me. I want everybody to just leave. Alan's going to be doing a flip and drag. His first one. They heard the thunder, Al. Yes, we will have this blue screen fixed because I have to film tomorrow. So,
Okay. And the color selection.
I'd be Dollar Tree, April. And look in the stationery section. They may have some there. Probably not every store has it.
You had said something about a red.
You want to do, oh, sorry. Red ochre, terracotta, caramel, yellow ochre, olive green, copper. They want fall colors. Why do we have puppies woofing? Because of the thunder?
Terracotta is pretty close to
Yeah,
red ochre.
that's why I said. I was just naming off colors. You can pick what you want.
Okay.
Everybody thinks everybody's leaving. Laura said bronze. But I would, yeah, you don't want to go copper because you have those reds there. So,
Folk art solid bronze or
Carol, they're pretty plain when you use pastel colors. They blend in together, and if you can get enough white in there to separate them, and maybe just a highlight color, like if you're using a pale pink, put a bright pink next to it so that you don't lose that. So the brighter color will encapsulate the pastel color.
I need to go with a white base, right?
Yes, you can go white. Yeah, because we just did a black. Do white. Lydia, if you go to Art Resin, there's a resin calculator, and you put in the size of your canvas, and it'll tell you how much resin to use. So we kind of use that calculation for painting. A lot of times I will double that amount to make sure I'm not overstretching my paint. Once you start overstretching, you lose your cells, you end up getting zigzags, and you just lose the whole composition of your painting. Barb, if you gesso it first, I think you'd be able to use that canvas.
Gotta get my cuppy hands out.
Laura, so don't forget to spray your cup with silicone.
I already did that. I'm one step ahead, Laura.
Zigzags are the curse of acrylic pouring. Some people like them. I don't. If I see zigzags starting my painting, I usually want to just scrape it and start over. Tina, I always add $20 to a painting, and that's a base for resin coat. So if you're going anything over like a 12 by 16, adjust that price accordingly.
I'm messy, so I had to.
He goes through a lot of gloves. I go through a ton of gloves when I'm doing resin because every painting I have to change.
You put like 3 pairs on it once.
I do too. So I have to change them as often. Zigzagging's when like all your paint is going in different directions, like some staying back and some's going forward. And then you tilt back the other way and it does it the opposite way and you end up with zigzaggy lines. And sometimes that's caused from different consistencies in paints too.
That's a good question. Has anyone ever used a hand mixer or something like that to mix
You
it?
want to be careful because when you're using a mixer, you're adding air. So you're going to have a lot more bubbles. Alan put down a white base paint,
Pre-mixed.
pre-mixed. We mix these up on Sunday nights usually. And they last us about a week and a half.
I love how she includes we
I'm
in
sorry.
that.
Well, because you normally clean containers, which you did not do yesterday.
I did not because I was doing other
I know you
things.
mowed the grass and did all that, getting ready for the storm. So we just put them outside in the rain and the wind. Maybe they'll get clean all by themselves, or end up in Youngsville instead of Franklinton.
Or in Raleigh.
Yeah, or in Raleigh. Acrylic paint is totally different than resin. Resin is an epoxy that dries hard, and acrylic needs to have it's a polymer binding paint that needs to be coated with something to preserve it. Resin is just one and done.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Artist Loft's Naples Yellow.
Yes, it is, Mylene. He's got it in the light. He'll move it when he watch when you do that, hon, because it focuses in and out. I bought one of those little mixers, those little. Let me show you.
Then we're going to go with Lucas Yellow Ochre.
I don't know what happened to it now. It fell. Eddie, you can come back out here, honey. I know you're afraid. Are you scared?
Then I'm going with Craft Smart Gold.
Yeah, I don't know what I did with it. It's not there. It probably fell behind the desk. But I did buy one of those mixers. But I have not used it.
Then we're going to go with Lucas Terracotta.
Yeah, Judy, I've got carpal tunnel, so it's rough. I use painters paddle sticks for the bigger containers of paint, and then I use the big tongue depressor sticks for mixing paint.
Last one is Soho's Red Ochre.
You got way too much paint going there, boo. You're gonna end up with no negative space. Stop! You were like 1.5 inches over what you should have. I told you don't go past your baby finger. No, the other way. Smarty.
Okay, so I want to do a flip.
Yeah, as soon as he was done mixing that paint up in the cup, then I'm going to have him pull that canvas back down. The glare's bothering him.
Sorry about that.
You should always look in your mind. Ellie saw it.
What'd you see?
My scolding.
It's mentoring.
It's, yeah.
Notice there's no paint in the bottom of the cup.
I wonder why. Your gloves look too small, Ellen. You have tippies.
That's because I
his
just
hands-
changed my.
His hands are sweating. He couldn't get them on all the
Yeah.
way.
I'm gonna lose this if I don't dry this.
It's banter. Playful banter is what we say. And we like to bicker. Oh, believe me, we've been called out about it quite a few times about our bickering. That's just how we are.
That is different.
Leroy and Loretta show.
The what?
Leroy and Loretta show. Nate.
I want to spread that out a little bit. I think it's time for the airbrush. There's a lot
You
of
have
paint.
to you have to tilt that some towards one side and then the other, and then you can take those corners off too. It's only healthy in a marriage. We've been together almost 20. Well, we've been together 20 years. We've been married for 19. You have to bicker. If you don't, something's wrong. Nobody gets along that well. His mother always thinks that we're fighting, and we're like, we're not fighting. Good night, Sherry. We don't even have to make up, Laura, because we never really get mad at each other. Oh, he knows when I'm mad.
She knows when I'm mad.
That's funny, Ellie.
How many of you remember the honeymooners?
Oh, I don't think we act like the honeymooners. At least I know you don't.
No, I don't, but you're the Ralph Cramden.
I'm Ralph Cramden.
You're the Ralph Cramden.
Alice to the moon. There you go, Alice.
Alan.
Ha ha.
I want to clear some of that white space over here, but
I can't adjust that screen at all. I was looking to see if I had a button. All right, don't over tilt, babe. See, you're getting those little zigzags? And I want you to point those out.
I'm sure you're gonna point them
Okay,
out
I
for
wasn't
me.
going farther because if you want to use the airbrush, you cannot go any farther. Try to bring it all back to the middle.
It's pretty much there.
We do use a torch. We have used a heat gun before, but we do use a torch to get the air bubbles out. And sometimes if you warm up the paint enough, if there's any silicone still below the paint, it'll bring the cells up. And we do use silicone in all of our paints. If we're not using silicone, we will tell you we're not using silicone.
It's
But
mostly in the base.
It's all in our, it's in all of our paints except for the base.
What did you do this one?
You don't know how to work that one? You have to push this button down and then push that button.
Wow.
Uh-huh. I forgot to fill the other one. Well, now you got to figure out how to do it again. We have been finding so many things in the stores that we want to pour on. We did buy a strainer. Oh, Eddie, come here. Come on. I scared my dog away. Yeah. Daddy's going to show us this one's done. We found a strainer that goes over, like if you have a double sink. To get the air bubbles out, Laura, and bring some cells up. Bye, Renee. Eddie is a rescue that we got from our local shelter, after we had to put our Silky Terrier down, we were kind of sad. So, and our Yorkie needed a friend. So we went and adopted him. Well, actually, Alan's mother adopted him, and then we adopted him from her. I use Spot On Treadmill Silicone. Down below in the description box is a link to my Amazon shop, and all the products that I use are in my Amazon shop. Eddie is a cross between a Black Lab and a German Shepherd, but he's very tiny, so he must have something else in him.
I think he's almost got a pit in him.
He's got a little pit in him too, but he only weighs like 28 pounds. If I remember, I'll post a picture of Eddie on my Facebook page.
We had the one from when we came back from
Oh
here.
yeah, everybody has seen that one though. I'm sitting in the back seat. Carol, I do prefer the treadmill oil. I have not had any experiences with the coconut serum. I just have not ordered it yet, but I did put it there for those that were asking. Cinda, this is what, Ellen, your 10th painting maybe?
About that.
Yeah, it's about his 10th one. He's just started when we started doing the lives. Don't push down too far, honey. You're gonna get too much muddling of the colors. The coconut serum does make bigger cells, and it smells delicious when you torch it. So I've been told. I've got to get some and try it. Hey, Marcy. Great job on Stone Coat last week. We loved it. Give it another torch. Go, Alan. Go, Alan.
Definitely too much paint.
I told you it was too much paint.
Gotta live and learn.
You never listen.
I don't think this is what they envisioned when they said fall colors.
No, because you didn't put any olive green in there, and you didn't put any copper. Yeah. I haven't tried Rain-X as a cell creator.
Okay.
Wipe your edges real good. So we're going to wrap it up here, but if you guys have questions, we're going to stay and answer questions. So make sure you put them in caps. Nate has a GoFundMe page on his, the link is on his channel. So if you go to his channel and watch one of his videos, the one he uploaded today, he has the link there. And it's also on my Facebook page.
Crazy colors.
Don't go so fast. It just blurs out when you go fast.
This one's going to take a week to dry.
If you put them in caps, you guys, I just know it's a question and I can automatically like catch it. Yes, Laura, a canvas can be torched too much. You will get skin on top of your paint. And you want to be really careful when you're torching those tiles because the paint is so much thinner on a tile and the tile will heat up. So do it very lightly.
Oh no, we don't have these colors in erasers.
I ordered 4 packages of those today. So we'll have enough to cover all the bottles. I have had a couple of paintings crack. And I found out it was when I added craft paint to my white base. So I don't do that anymore. The airbrush I use is called Master Airbrush. It's in my Amazon shop. It's $49.96. The link to my Amazon shop is below in the description. I believe there is a setting on the bottom, but it only runs at 25 psi, and that's perfect for doing your edges on paintings. Marcy, are you going live tonight, hon?
Yeah, he tucked her out.
She does a lot of traveling.
Excuse me.
She says, yeah, at 8:30. I would say if you do it on the cheap, Laura, you could probably start out spending maybe $50 for everything you're going to need. And Nate's probably going to collab with Alan also, Mylene.
I'll show him later.
He's going to have a ball when he sees my paint wall. Allie, you know, you do behave a little better on Mixed Media Girls channel. I have to say that. Because after we're done here, I wrap everything up and hop in bed with my iPad and watch Marcy. So oh, Lisa, it's easy to spend that much money because when you're starting out, you're like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And you end up spending a ton of money. But once you've got all your basic supplies, you're just adding canvas here and there, a couple of paint tubes here and there. It's actually not bad.
Do any of your videos have suggestions for getting started?
I have tutorials. If you go to my playlist, I have one section of just tutorials that starts out with supplies and it works its way right up to varnishing and putting wire on the back of your paintings. Thanks, Lorraine. We will be safe. We're pretty cautious about things. We won't venture out at all.
And Lisa mentioned the resin. The link to Stone Coat is down below on the screen. The special offer is still going. You get $30 off an $80 order. Tell me if I'm saying it wrong.
You're not.
Catherine, thank you. She does have some great tutorials. Maybe I should watch them more often.
Yeah, I think you should. The code for that stone coat is CWA, all in caps. And make sure you're getting the Art Coat resin and not anything else. Because that's not what you need for coating your paintings.
Christina Marcy collab.
Well, Marcy's going to be coming to Raleigh, right, Mars? We're going to try to do that.
I have that problem, Sarah.
No, you don't.
And sometimes I look pregnant, so.
Did you get your package, Marcy? She got her package, Ellen. Ellen found it when we were out shopping, and I said, "Oh, give me that. We have to send that to Marcy."
It wasn't maybe 2 days after you did the tribute to Bob Ross.
She's going to show it tonight. I won't say anything else. Everybody can come over and watch your show tonight.
Yep.
They can
Sorry
see
about
what
that.
I sent you.
So, any other artists you want to mention?
Well,
You've
besides,
been watching lately?
I've been watching. I watched Kristen Oladatterstein today. I watched Gina DeLuca today. Of course, I watch Nate. Every time Nate puts a video up, Nate Cerami. I watched Heather Wright today. And let's see. I watched Stone Coat Countertops swipe with Marcy and Catherine. That was fun to watch. I do watch Mickey Art, yes. And
Artist Till Death.
Artist Till Death. And let's see. Mylene Ostauer. Gosh, there's so many.
There's so many.
Watch.
There's a lot of awesome artists out there that are doing some crazy, just fine art, and you just have to look around. I mean,
I can't off the top of my head. I always say I'm going to remember to mention so and so, and I always forget what I was going to mention. Oh, Wandering Art. If you want to see resin work, and I think it's Vibrant Inspirations or something. She does beautiful resin work too.
Sarah, thanks for joining us, and hopefully we answered all your questions. I'm
Nikki,
pleased that you
Nikki
subscribe.
Birch, yep, Nikki Birch. Deliberately Creative. Oh gosh. Karen Goodrich has not been on a lot lately. She's so busy with her paint that she's selling, so she doesn't come on too often. Miriam's Nature. Paul Stewart. Is it Paul Stewart? Yeah. And if you want to watch some abstract painting, John Beckley is good to watch. If you want to venture into something different. Geez, I have probably 60 people on my subscription list. Lily's Mix, Sandra Lett.
That's who I was trying to remember, Sandra. Donna, this is actually taped, and we do post it later.
It'll load as soon as we're done.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate the support from everybody that was here. And one of our goals is to share the knowledge, because knowledge is one of the few things that you can share with others and still keep for yourself. That's my words of wisdom for the night.
Terry, it's John Beckley, Beckley. He does some interesting abstract work. Makes it look easy.
It's like somebody else in this porage.
No.
You make it look easy.
Yeah, but you know, last Tuesday, and you guys saw those videos this past week. Well, last week. I had 3 horrible pours. But
She lost her muse for a couple
I
days.
did, and I did that dip, and I know you guys have seen it. Let me show it to you dry. It looks better dry.
Michaela Studio 3, Monica suggests.
I have not seen that one. But it does. It looks better dried. Let me see if I can get this glare off. But the colors are pretty.
Studio 13. Correction. And Nate borrowed your muse that weekend, he said.
Thanks, Nate. Can I have it back now? So our racks are full. Our resins are all done, and we're going to be shifting things around and moving everything to one side of the studio and bringing our car in on Wednesday night. So
Judy says Peter Duranitson. I hope I pronounced that
I
right.
have not seen him. I'll have to check him out. And I keep telling you guys I'm going to get a list together, and Ellen reminds me all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I still
And
haven't.
then she's too busy trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the night.
Well, it's not just that. It's like I'm at either resining or varnishing or cleaning or unloading products that I order because I can't help. I shop all the time.
Allie, we'll stay safe. You stay safe too. Everybody that's in the affected area, please listen to the authorities in your area because they know best.
Here's the snake. He's finally done. It took me 4 coats of resin to not get a flaw in that painting. So this one is heavy. That's my snake. I like him a lot. So
I'm not sure she's going to give that one up.
I'm not. This one's going to go in the boys' bathroom. I'm going to do their bathroom in this turquoisey color.
Nate says he's a John Beckley inspired.
Yeah, I've been watching John for over a year. It's kind of neat how he takes that splatter and looks like he's writing his name with it too. It's kind of neat. Oh, Wiggles art. Yes, definitely Wiggles art. Debbie Coles. Megan Dawson from Ethereal Orb. I'm thinking of all the girls that I started out watching besides Marcy. Oh, Ann Osborne. Don't forget Ann Osborne.
And we're bound to leave people
I
off.
know, and I feel bad if I forget somebody. Of course, Anne Marie. She actually Lily's Mix was the first person I watched, and then I started watching Anne Marie and Marcy.
Tracy Henry.
Yeah, Tracy Henry.
Mylene, that is the Stone Coat.
Yeah, that's the Stone Coat resin.
Can't beat it.
Any other questions, guys? Besides asking us if we're going to have water tomorrow? I have been pouring for about 2 years, Laura. And let me tell you, from the beginning to now, let me grab that one, babe, and I'll show them the effect of a heat gun.
This one?
Yeah. This painting I'm going to show you is one that we did with the heat gun in the very beginning. But you can see the difference in the cells. They're rounded and they're not big and juicy. But this is
Nightboard.
this is number 9 of the first 10 paintings that I did. And I call this one reproduction because it looks like a sperm.
Sarah, you got a good question. Do we sell the art? Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We do it a couple different ways. I'll let you elaborate.
We when we have time, we get them on Etsy and we leave them there for about 4 months, and then we pull and do an auction. And then that leaves us room to do more auctions and more listings. So sometimes paintings don't even make it to Etsy because of the size. We just hold them back for an auction. I don't want to sell too many small little 8x10s, but And if you see paintings that we do and you want to buy them, all you got to do is shoot me a message through Facebook, or you can get me through my email at christinawelchart@yahoo.com. And we do private sales.
Do you want me to clean that up now that you got him out?
Huh?
Never mind.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're silly. And we do a lot of donating. I do a lot of giving away paintings to people that can't afford them and they really fall in love with a painting. A lot of times I'll surprise them and send them a painting. People that are going through something rough in their life, and I'll send them a painting to cheer them up. Or, you know, like my mom's friends, my mom has my paintings and people stop at her house and say, oh my goodness, I love that. And she'll tell me, so then I make them one. And I paint because it de-stresses me. Most of you know I'm a caregiver for Alan's brother, and it's a very, very stressful job. You know, he can't do anything for himself. It's like, you know, we have to shower him and, you know, help him on the commode, and he's come a long way. When we brought him home, he had a feeding tube and a trach and was in diapers, and, you know, now he's up and he's watching TV and he's not wearing diapers anymore. The trach is gone, the feeding tube is gone, but you still have to be careful with him because he still, you know, he had a stroke. So after the amputation and everything, it just was a rough go for him. But anyway, he is doing so much better, but I still have to help him. So 30 some hours a week, I'm taking care of him. I gave my other son 30 hours a week to take him so that I could paint and run a business. So I have something to fall back on, you know, at some point in my life. So I do my best to keep this channel going. And yes, I do pour on other things besides canvas, and I will show you a table that I did that I actually sold today. So I'm very excited because that's going to be getting shipped out to Sneed's Ferry, and I'll show it to you before it leaves here. I won't be able to fit the whole table in, but this is what the size is this way. We did an acrylic pour. Oh, it's so hard. I did an acrylic pour and then resin the top. And someone reached out to me to purchase this today, and I sent them an invoice, and this will be getting shipped next week because he wants to make sure he has his house left to put it in. So I felt bad when he said that, but I totally get it. You know, you never know, a hurricane can wipe you out at any moment. So this is gone. I'll be making another one of these for sure. And we bought a coffee table today, like Marcy and Mike made, and we did pick one up today that we're going to try some resin work on. I have a kitchen tabletop that needs to be done. And so, yeah. I send an invoice through PayPal. You don't have to be part of PayPal to pay it. You just put your credit card information in. It's very secure, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we do a lot of private sales. I have a lot of people email me and say, oh, I love this painting, number such and such. Can I buy it? And, you know, I have a price list and I stick to it. And, you know, as long as you pay the shipping for a private sale, I don't care. But when I put them on Etsy, I try to do free shipping, and the price does reflect that. So we do have to.
Our next auction.
Oh, our next auction. Yeah, we've been trying to decide this. It may be the last Sunday in September, or it will be the first Sunday in October. So we will be posting that and letting everyone know about that.
Good night, Shelley. Great question.
So with that being said, guys, I'm going to cut out so I can get things wrapped up so I can go watch Marcy. So head on over to Mixed Media Girl in about 20 minutes.
What do you auction?
Sarah, we auction buyer pay shipping. We start right out with opening bids between $5 and $10. Some of the paintings we'll be auctioning this time will have a higher opening bid. But we need to get everything taken care of here before we do our next auction.
And it's usually Sunday nights between the hours of 7 and 9.
We,
9:30.
yeah, we go from about 7 p.m. Eastern time to about 9, 10 o'clock. It's usually about 2 or 3 hours.
Allie, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Allie.
Glad you got it.
So now you have one of my adopted babies. So
Good night, Sarah.
any other questions? We're gonna wrap up. We will stay safe. I will stay in touch through Facebook until we lose power. Then I don't know if my cell phone will work to do that, but we will keep you posted. Nate, I might be able to stay in touch with Nate once I get his phone number, and he can always post on my Facebook page too to let everybody know we're okay. So I know it's rough when you don't hear from us and everybody's like, are they okay? We've been through this before, so we're just worried about the rain and the wind. That's all we're worried about, the flooding, and I think we'll be okay as far as flooding goes.
And the porage.
Yeah, and the porage. I'm scared to death that the wind's going to break my windows and all my canvas is going to get ruined. So I'm going to be moving some things into the house for sure. The other live is on Mixed Media Girl, Wanda. Just look up Mixed Media Girl and head on over there. She's going to be coming on in about 20 minutes. Is she live right now, Allie? I know she said 8:30 her time. Okay, Nate. No, in 20 minutes. Okay. So Tracy, the less you mix the silicone in, the bigger your cells will be. If you want humongous juicy cells, get the coconut milk serum or dimethicone. Dimethicone 500.
And that's available.
That's on the Amazon shop. Yep. This does produce big cells. It's a little thicker than the silicone we use. We use this one, the treadmill. So
we will work on our video so that we can eliminate the blues.
Yes, we're going to have to fix the blues because I have to film tomorrow.
We don't want anybody singing in the blues after tonight.
I might have to use my iPad tomorrow. So good night, everybody. We love y'all. Thanks for all the support. Thank you for the donations. PayPal link is below if you want to donate privately. Your name will be entered in a drawing for the 1st of November. Anyone that donates, we automatically put your name in the drawing. And it's usually, if you win, you get to pick the painting you want, and we resin it for you if we have it available. And we're going to have some great prizes for our sponsors, and that drawing will be on November 1st. And we're working towards our 50,000, and we've been buying stuff for our 50,000. Actually, most of it's coming in tomorrow. So we're going to have some great kits for beginners and lots of other great stuff for our 50,000. So share the channel so we get there quicker. Word of mouth is the best advertising there is, right?
That's right.
So,
we couldn't grow without everybody spreading the word.
Yes, we have the best CWA crew. All right, so everybody gave us a thumbs up and get ready to head on over to see Marcy. And you guys all have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good evening.
Good night.